Thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm Karina Rubio. Dozens of cars were underwater in Mattoon this morning. Fire crews from Mattoon and Charleston worked several hours pulling people to safety and trying to install barricades to block flooded roads while you were sleeping. WCIA3's Mark Maxwell went to Mattoon overnight.
Several hours into the effort to clear the streets here, and several roads in Mattoon remain impassable with high standing water and flooding blocking the way. Some cars have tried their luck. Some of them have been stranded. In fact, fire and dive teams have pulled at least 3 people stranded from on top of their hoods. Dozens of other cars have been towed off of these streets. There are still others stuck and stranded, one in a ditch not far from where we are here. One worker who got off a late second shift saw the high water and turned right around.
I've never seen it flooded like this before. And I've lived here all my life, so it's crazy to see this.
Would you try to drive through that?
No, absolutely not. Not unless you have the proper vehicle to get up over that.
Dispatchers telling us tonight they were overwhelmed with so many calls for people looking for help. Dive crews telling us they even brought scuba gear and a boat in case they'd have to wade into some of the deepest parts. One person telling us a grown man, the water came up to his waist when he was standing in it. So far, still no word of any injuries, but for now, people are just watching and waiting for the water levels to subside. Reporting in Mattoon, Mark Maxwell.
State park officials shut down the boat docks and marinas at Clinton Lake and the Middle Fork Vermilion River. The Department of Natural Resources say the water levels were too high, but it didn't stop families from having some fun nearby.
Well, we were going to go to the beach, and then we went over to the beach, and it was closed, so we found this one instead. So we're just going to play out here today.
A notice from the state says the Middle Fork Vermilion River is at dangerous levels from the state line to Oakwood. And some people in Mattoon were making their own fun in the flooding conditions. Some kids were pushing each other around in the shopping cart overnight. They were fighting against the small waves in the parking lot, trying to gain some speed. And state police say a firefighter is dead after a crash on the interstate. Troopers say it happened in the southbound lanes of I-57 in Coles County. 21-year-old Mehdi Morad was responding in his personal car to a crash. He lost control and rear-ended another car stopped along the side of the road. That car was stopped because of the rain. Morad had to be rescued from his car. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. And a woman is dead after a 2-car crash that happened near the intersection of Bradley Avenue and Walnut Street. 51-year-old Tawanda Frazier died at the hospital. Champaign police and the coroner's office are investigating. An autopsy is scheduled for today for a man who was found dead in the Sangamon County Jail. The coroner and state police are investigating what happened. We don't know yet the man's name or how he died, but the coroner says he was taken to the emergency room. Hospital staff pronounced him dead. Illinois Conservation Police are looking for the suspect they say hit a patrol car and left the scene. It happened on Route 54 west of Farmer City. Authorities say a fully marked patrol car with the emergency lights on was hit by a car. They say the suspect left the scene going eastbound on Route 54 towards Farmer City. The suspect's car is a dark-colored pickup, extended or quad cab with tinted windows. The car should have damage to the front driver's side fender, bumper, and headlight. One bowling alley in town is giving back to a family who made the ultimate sacrifice. Arrowhead Lanes is honoring fallen Champaign police officer Chris Oberheim. The owners are giving 100% of the money they made yesterday to the Oberheim family. Jonathan Blake is the marketing director for the Arrowhead Lanes. He says this is a small thing they can do to help.
The boats have been here for 33 years, and so they want to give back to the community, and this is a wonderful way of getting started.
Blake says this is the first of many events they want to hold. And some people in Decatur are working together to put a stop to violence in their neighborhoods. There's a community peace summit happening right now. Salvation Army officers say the best approach to creating safer and healthier communities is to tackle issues together. The Salvation Army received an Envisioning Justice grant to develop a peace hub. 2 speakers are speaking at today's summit to talk about things like youth programming, victim support services, and ways to address family and community violence. City and community leaders are there as well, including law enforcement. We'll have that full story tonight. People are reminiscing about an old bar that is now partially rubble. The old Chester Street bar partially collapsed, leaving the area covered in brick and debris and everyone wondering what happened. WCIA3 Sarah Lehman has that story.
For most of her life, Amy Myers was a bartender for the old Chester Street bar in Champaign.
I moved here in 1993, and I started working here in 1993, and I was 19 years old, all the way until I was 43 years old until the bar closed.
Now that building has partially collapsed, with bricks laying all over the ground and a hole in the side of the building. Myers says seeing it in this state leaves a hole in her heart.
I was at my house, and I had friends text me and send me pictures, and I literally was crying on my couch just because it's so sad.
Saturday, the back side of the building fell. Myers says for years it was a staple of the community.
A lot of memories, a lot of great people, a lot of fun times, a lot of dancing. It was just a great place for everybody. Just, decades of memories, decades and decades of memories.
Myers says even though she was sad when she heard about the collapse, she says at the end of the day, it's just a bunch of bricks.
The building doesn't make it. What made it was the people. What made it was the bartenders. What made it was the community.
The Champaign-Urbana Public Health District says it's hard to know when we will reach herd immunity when it comes to COVID-19. Health officials say with new variants arising, it's hard to determine exactly when it would happen. They say it's about small goals. They hope Champaign County will be 70% vaccinated by July 4th. They see nearly 65% of eligible adults 18 and older are vaccinated in Champaign-Urbana, but it's closer to 55% for the whole county.
With COVID, it is hard because we are still seeing different variants. We are still seeing the effect of, the vaccines. We are still seeing breakthrough cases, although very small numbers. So we don't want to use herd immunity as a term. We just have short and long-term goals.
He says even though case numbers are low, it's critical for more people to become vaccinated so that the virus does not make a comeback in the winter months. Thousands of people in Illinois need help paying rent still. The state is opening its second wave of rent relief today. Now that program is meant to help people with payments that stacked up throughout the eviction moratorium. Counties, meanwhile, are using federal money to help people take care of their monthly payments.
That program was designed primarily to help the landlords who had back rent that they never received. And because the moratorium went on and many people got very behind on their rent.
The eviction moratorium goes through the end of the summer. Tenants will be able to apply until July 18th. And now that you're up to speed on the news, we'll check in with Amelia. It is definitely a messy Monday out there for people affected by all that flooding.
Oh, absolutely. The flooding has been excessive throughout all areas of central Illinois here, so you need to take it slow on the roads. Take it very seriously. We still do have a flash flood watch out there, but when are the showers going to come back into the area and how much are we expecting? I'll have those answers and more right after this.